Hello everyone, welcome back to Testcafe tutorial. So today we'll learn about user actions on the web pages. So as we all know that every test should be capable of interacting with the web page, and to interact with the web page, Testcafe provides this number of user actions. So let's learn in detail. I'm going to explain these user actions in different videos. So let's see type text and wait in this video. Now here I have created one file called useractions type text wait.ts, and here as per the Testcafe test structure I have imported the Testcafe module. Then I have declared a fixture called user actions. This is my starting page. Now I have created two test functions. First one is learn user actions type text and another one is learn user actions wait. Here is async t, which is test controller object. Await t, await is basically for the automatic waiting mechanism, and as I explained before that we have to pass this test controller object to every test. Now I want to pass input to this username text box and password text box. So first thing that I have to find is selector for this username text box and password text box. So right click and inspect. So I'll explain how to write selectors in different video. For now, this username text box, we have this input tag, and here we have attribute called type equal to text and name is uname. Similarly, for password, type is password and name is PSW. So this is the easiest way to write CSS selector. Here I have declared two variables called username input and password input, and save this respective selector value to the variable. Now here in the first test function, what I'll do is, so when you want to write any text or pass any input, then you have to use the t.typeText method. Now this is the syntax for t.typeText method, which is selector, text and then options. So these options are optional. So let's pass the username and password to the text box. So first dot type text in bracket selector, which is username, then actual text, so in single quotes, suppose Geek Pandit semicolon. Now again similarly for the password dot type text selector password input comma text, my password will be Geek Pandit blog semicolon. So if you give semicolon here, then you have to write t dot again. So I'll just remove it, save it, and now we'll run this test. Right now we have two test function and I only want to run this first test function. So I'll write here test dot only, save it, and let's run it. So as I explained in the last video, I'll use this run and debug option. I'll run this test in Chrome, hit run. Test execution started. As you can see, it actually enters the username, which is Geek Pandit, and password Geek Pandit blog in the text box, and our test case is pass. So right now we have provided only selector and the text. You can also provide options like parameters for the extraction. We have these many options available for t.typeText method. For example, character post number and replace boolean. Now what I want to do is, I want to pass similar username and password, but this time I want to replace this Geek Pandit username with suppose Geek Pandit 2, and I'll pass option called replace to, so in curly bracket replace colon true semicolon, save it, and now I'll run it again. As you can see, first it passed username as Geek Pandit, then password as Geek Pandit blog, and then it replaced this username Geek Pandit with Geek Pandit 2, and our test case is passed. Now let's see another example. Now what I want to do is, I want to pass username as visit Geek Pandit 2, but this time I don't want to replace this. I just want to pass visit word before this Geek Pandit 2. So what I'll do is, again I'll use dot type text method, same selector, username input, comma, and then I'll just write visit, and I'll use option called caret pose. So in curly bracket, caret pose colon. Now we have to provide the index value. So the index started with 0. I want to pass this word visit at the first position, so I'll just write it 0 and give semicolon. Here I'll just remove semicolon from here, save it, and I'll run this again. As you can see, now our username is visit Geekpandit 2. So the test case is passed. So as you can see, now the execution is done in just 3 seconds. So you are not able to see the actual changes. So we have another method called wait. So basically when you want to pause your test for some duration, then you can use this t.wait method. It's recommended not to use this wait method because we already have this automatic waiting mechanism. So I'll just show you this t.wait method. Now I'll copy the same test code, I'll paste it here, and I'll write dot wait and in bracket duration time in milliseconds. So I want to pause this test for 3 seconds. I'll do this after every test step. Now I'll save this. I'll remove dot only from this test function, and now I only want to run test function called learn user actions wait. So I'll put test dot only for this test function, save it, and now I'll run this, and now you can see the actual changes, and it will wait for 3 seconds after every test step. See, now it passed the username input, password, then replace Geekpandit with Geekpandit 2, and then added visit before Geekpandit 2. So when you want to see your changes, then you can use this wait method, but it actually increases your execution time, so it's recommended not to use it. So this is all about user actions, type text, and wait. We'll continue in the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy testing.